You're an actor on set for one day. How do you capitalize on this opportunity and make lasting relationships without being obnoxious and needy? We all know that networking is tremendously important in the film and television industry. TV and film projects or commercials can mean you're on set for one day to a few weeks. And when you're on set, everyone has their own responsibilities that are time critical. People are moving from one point to another, usually with an earpiece and a walkie-talkie in their hands. There's not a lot of time just hanging out with people who are available for a casual conversation. Let's talk about how to make lasting connections as an actor on set. Hi, I'm Nancy Nave. I've been a working actor in film and television for over 16 years, and I'm also a career coach to actors. And if you want more information on the film and television industry, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So obviously, you've worked hard to earn the opportunity to be on a working set. You've been studying and you're in acting class. You've been auditioning and finally booked it. This is your chance to meet other working professionals in the industry. I know you want to make connections and build relationships with people on set. If you're like me, you're a people person and value building rapport with lots of different people. But as an actor, you might only have just today to make connections with people. Lots of our gigs are one day and then we move on. And by the way, most or all of the people you meet on set are there temporarily. We're all contractors working gig to gig. From us as actors to wardrobe, hair and makeup, producers, PAs, crews, cinematographers, and even the director. We all work gig to gig. So it can be hard to make a lasting impression, and sometimes it's hard enough just to remember people's names. So here's a few suggestions on how to cultivate relationships from being on set for just a very short time. Number 1, remember people's names. This is so important. Have you ever met someone new and in the next second you've already forgotten their name? I'm guilty of that. But you need to be aware of this as you meet people. There's different techniques to remember people's names. I personally use association to remember someone's name. If I know someone with the same name, I'll build a quick visual of my friend and the new person together. I also like to say their name out loud and repeat it back to them. Oh, Steven, it's nice to meet you. It makes a bigger impression on your memory. I like to take notes on my phone after a conversation of details we've discussed so that I remember who people are on set. There's lots of ways, so figure out which one works for you and make it work. Number 2, remember their title and position on the set. First of all, it's always good to know who to go to when you're on set and you need help. Knowing someone's position helps them feel important and seen. There's a lot of people in casual clothes running around the set. Stopping the caterer to ask for help with your wardrobe is a little bit embarrassing. Or even worse, running into the cinematographer and asking where the makeup trailer is. Little things like that might make you look unprofessional. But their title also gives you some insight as to who this person is and what their interests are within the industry. And you never know when you might need this person for a future project where you might be able to recommend them, or they can recommend you. Remember that referrals and recommendations are a major way to get jobs in the industry. The who you know is a real thing. And not just in our industry, but in life in general. We all would rather work with people who are respected by those we know. This is also where the call sheet comes in handy. The call sheet has everyone's name and title and their contact information. Use this sheet to maneuver on set as well as remember who's who. Number 3, have genuine conversations. It's really cringy to overhear a conversation where one person is literally interviewing another person for their network or pitching their new script or movie idea. It happens. And it's easy to read that person with their what's in it for me objective. The best conversations are natural and stay on the positive side. The old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, is a big one in our industry. It's a small community, believe it or not, and eventually everyone knows everyone. Don't gossip about people on set. They just might be married to them. Don't have an agenda when you talk to someone. Be genuinely interested and listen to what the other person is saying. Did you know that it's proven that people like you more when you allow them to talk about themselves? Do research on building connections with people and making a good first impression. We're in the people business. Number 4, once you've established a connection, then it's okay to ask if they're on social media. Note, I didn't say get their phone number. Social media is a new way to connect nonchalantly in a very non-threatening way. Most people in our business are on social media. This is where you'll continue to build your rapport. Don't expect to leave the set as best friends, but you just might. Number 5, meeting other actors. I've said this in many of my videos. Some of the most important people you meet in this industry are other actors. Actors become writers, directors, producers, casting directors. We become interested in more than just being in front of the camera. It's easy to meet other actors in acting class. It's the best place to network and build solid relationships and friendships within the industry. When you're on set, the easiest people to talk to are other actors. But what's difficult about talking to other actors is usually that you'll have your own trailer where you work in private to prepare your scenes, which means that the actors are all separated in their trailers until it's time to go to set. The best place I've found to chat with other actors is in the hair and makeup trailer when it's your turn to be in the chair, or even at Crafty when you're getting a snack or water. But then you need to get back to your own trailer so that production knows where to find you when it's time to go to set. If I'm feeling prepared for my scenes and I need some company, I'll just leave my trailer door open. It also helps me to not feel so isolated and closed off from the world around me. You can be in that trailer for hours just waiting for somebody to call you to the set. You can also sit outside your trailer. Just ask for a chair. This makes you available to others. But realize that your first priority is being prepared for your scene. And if for some reason you find yourself wandering away from your trailer or hanging out in someone else's trailer, make sure to let the PA know where you'll be and leave a note on your trailer door. Because when they are ready for you to get to set, they mean now. If they have to run around looking for you, you've just created a crisis for someone, and it makes you look unprofessional. Remember that it only takes one small bad thing to ruin a great reputation. And make sure you're not invading another actor's trailer, since they should be preparing for their scene as well. Don't overstay your welcome. It's better to excuse yourself early than for them to have to ask you to leave. And most actors would love to have another new follower on their social media profiles, so be sure to let them know you'll be following them. Number 6, what not to do. Don't grab someone's cell phone or email off of the call sheet. Yikes! The information is on there for very specific reasons to make communication easier on filming days. It's not public information for networking. Only contact people in the methods they actually share with you. If they offer a phone number or email to you, great, but don't swipe it from the call sheet. Be a professional. And understand right now that the call sheet should never be used to help your dating life. So don't become a stalker or a pest. Do the job you were hired to do. Make connections as you can while you're on set, then go home. If you followed the above advice on connecting with people on set, you'll have a way to contact that person later. But if you want to be invited back to set again, don't hit on your fellow professionals while they're working. It makes things uncomfortable and kind of icky, especially if their answer is no. Number 7, how to build a relationship via social media. Okay, here's where the fun starts. You've met some great people on set. You've started following them on social media. I like to create a notification when my new connections post anything new. It gets my attention and I can see what they're sharing. Now I can like and comment on their posts to stay on their radar and build a rapport. Don't get stalkery and comment on every photo, unless it's something you're genuinely passionate about or interested in. The reason this method of connecting with people is effective is because it's what social media is for. We're on social media for the exact purpose of being social. This is where people feel safe to reply to your comments or just like your comment. And if you know anything about social media, the more comments and likes a post gets, the more that platform will push that post to get more eyes on it. It's also a gradual way of becoming known to that person. You're now becoming a part of their circle. Never get too personal and always let them make the first move. I can go on and on about the do's and don'ts of social media interactions, but when you're on their page, let them make the move. If they follow you back and start to interact on your page, then it's your move. I always feel like the moment you begin to DM each other, it's a sign that you're making a good connection. And make sure to follow and start interacting with these contacts right away so they remember where they know you from. Number 8, be patient. In this business, we become weary of people who use others for their personal gain. So it puts us on guard a bit when we meet a new person who's very eager to become new friends. This doesn't mean that you can't meet someone and instantly feel a mutual bond and camaraderie. I'm always amazed at how fast we can really bond with people being on set for one day. But with some people, it's going to take more time. You have to let people move at their own pace. And sometimes the people we meet are just that, someone we met once, and it goes nowhere. That's okay. Here's another interesting part of the business. With as many people as there are in our business, we tend to bump into each other repeatedly from one job to the next. It happens frequently where you might find someone who's familiar on set and realize that you worked together years ago. That's usually the moment you'll connect. And yes, it took years. You can't force relationships in this business. It's not the sales relationship where you shake hands and hand over a business card. This is a more nuanced business of timing, fate, and a little luck. Number 9, know the pecking order. Yes, there's a pecking order on set. The directors and producers are at the top, along with the lead actors. If you're aiming to connect with the people at the top, you'll need to tread lightly. These people know the power they hold on set. They also know that people would love to be in their inner circle for future projects that might come up. So, if and when you do have the opportunity to be in a full conversation with these people, don't come off as desperate, needy, or clingy. This is the time to make a great first impression as a professional, talented, focused actor. Don't start asking to be in their next project or pitching the new script you just finished. It'll be a big turnoff and they'll just walk away. Use that time to act as professional peers, collaborating on today's project. Follow their lead and follow them on social media. And if you don't already, make sure you have a clear, recognizable profile photo so they remember you immediately when they see you on social media. If your profile photo is a picture of a dog or an avatar or a flag, they won't make the connection of who you are. Also, make sure you have your name and your social media handle. You're an actor. Your name is everything. Your face is everything. Having your name and face be recognizable right away is so important as an actor. Your page should be a public page that anyone can see. Don't make it private. As an actor, you're a public figure. This also means that anyone can see what you're posting, so make sure not to be posting hateful or offensive content. I'll do social media tips in depth in another video, but these apply directly to building a rapport with people you've just met. Number 10, don't continue to build a relationship with a new contact if that person is being abusive or aggressive, no matter who they are. Your first responsibility is to protect yourself. No one else is going to do it. If you think allowing someone to manipulate you will help your career, you're wrong. And sure, we all know that this industry has its creeps, as all other businesses do. So if you start to feel that a professional relationship is descending into a dangerous or uncomfortable place, speak up for yourself quickly and make sure there's no misunderstanding. Be clear with your intention. And it is always acceptable and respected to just say no. If no closes doors for you, it was the wrong door to walk through to begin with. Don't compromise your boundaries because someone says they can help your career. Be strong and know that there are no shortcuts in this business. A person who manipulates others for their personal gain can't be trusted to follow through with their promises anyway. It's not worth it. There are so many legitimate, respectable contacts just waiting to meet you. Don't ever compromise your safety, your morals, or your boundaries. If you feel uncomfortable, it's your intuition raising a red flag. Trust your gut because you're right. Basically, be a good human being and people will want to know you. There's no trick to networking. It's about getting to know people and letting relationships develop over time. Sometimes it's faster than others. Que sera, sera, right? Or whatever will be, will be. Go work on your people and listening skills and practice every day. Remember, if you like this video and want more content in the film and television industry, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Break a leg.